G'day, welcome to Brupeg. This week we're back in the engine room. We're getting our Kubota genset up and running. We've got the exhaust to finish. Dennis is going to pull the turbo off the main engine and then replace the dodgy exhaust studs that have been hampering us for a while on that too. I'm using stainless steel bolts. I'm dropping them at the same time. It's not ideal in a boat exhaust, but it's quite literally all the shop had. And I'm using them basically just to hold the whole thing together, and I'll change them out as soon as I can get to a shop that actually has steel bolts. On an exhaust, if you can, you want to use high tensile bolts, mild steel bolts. Sorry, not mild steel, high tensile steel, but you want to use a steel bolt, not a stainless bolt. Stainless doesn't do great with temperature and things like that. Start to have a problem later on in life with the join. Alright, that definitely worked. Let's get this side. Going to cut that. Alright, back in a sec. Right, back again. Cut a little bit of steel. Well, pipe. A little bit of stainless pipe. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh, lovely. That's going to work beautiful. Let's get that in there. So it's late in the day, the dog's yipping away, take me for my walk. I'm hoping to get this tacked up today, because then I can start properly welding it tomorrow, and then finally we can start this generator. For now, we're going to be just tacking probably to the end of the day, I'd say. Where to put these guys. This going to go there. This one's going to go there. These going there, lovely. Pretty good. Right. You tacked up on yet? I know I'm going to set fire to my shorts any minute. Time to start unbolting everything, and then we'll hook up our good MIG wire and we'll buzz around it and yeah, do solid welds all the way around, but we'll do that down at the bench rather than doing it in here. So we just hauled up our turbo. So this is the turbo off Brupeg's main engine, the Cummins 855. So if you've never really seen a turbo this big, there's an 8-meter tape measure to give you some idea of size, something to compare it with. So what we actually have to do, we need to clean up this edge. Let me spin it around and I'll show you what we're working on. We have a leaky exhaust, and this, you can sort of see right up close, there's like like pits and marks and all sorts of carry on all the way around that edge. It's pretty garbage. So we're going to go through and actually clean that up as best as we can. So we'll probably use, not sure what yet, maybe a flapper wheel or something, just to see if we can actually get it a little bit nicer. Because if you can, let me spin it, you might be able to see it in the light better. So if you sort of have a look at that, between say maybe 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock roughly, you can see it's a bit darker. So right over here it's a little bit sort of lighter, and then here it's sort of dark. That's basically exhaust gas coming out on that side, and it's particularly bad down the bottom here. You can sort of see there's like soot and carbon and things right down the bottom. We didn't put any exhaust cement on this. We bolted it up initially just to see what it was like. It leaked like a sieve, and now we're pulling it off to repair it now that we know what we're working with. So I'll zoom right in, and you can sort of see the condition of the metal. So it's pretty pitted, pretty gross. So that's today's job, is to repair all of that sort of damage. In case you're wondering why we're flipping between the main generator and the main engine, it's because we've got two jobs going on at once. So on the main engine, we're basically cleaning up the exhaust, fixing broken studs on the turbo manifold, obviously taking the turbo off on the bench here, and then cleaning up that exhaust leak that we had at the back. On the generator, we're doing, what are we doing? We're doing all the exhaust basically. So we've just spent 3 days tacking everything like crazy. Now we're going to rip the whole thing out of the engine room, put it on the bench here, and then we'll weld it in a, we'll be able to roll the tube and then weld it all the way around so we get a really good weld. My mechanic has just arrived. He's going to have a go at this turbo.
I want a beaten up one.
There's a beaten up one on the thing there. Is that the old one you got there?
Yeah, I want an old one. I don't want a new one.
I think that is older.
Yeah, because I want something that's
rounded. We got that guy.
And this is the one you want to save,
That's
right?
my alloy one.
Yeah.
But I've got this, I just noticed. That'll fit.
Ooh.
And that's pretty coarse, so you could rip into that.
We're talking about this thing?
That guy there. It's just a little
lot better to work with. Very good, very good.
Right, do you want, I got earplugs, I got a face shield thing there.
Yeah, I'll probably use this.
Earplugs in the pink thingy at the top if you want it.
Yeah. I'm not going to wind this thing all crazy anyways.
Alright.
But this is a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, we're not going to get much better than that.
We've got 2 lengths studs, so that's the long and the short of it. Set it in there.
You couldn't help that, I know.
No, I don't know which ones you want to use. Yeah.
The gap's quite moderate. Yeah, the longer one's got a bigger gap. Yeah. And I'm probably going to use the short one.
I've got to be careful when pumping the grease into the tube down there because I haven't got the jump collars on yet, that if I put too much grease in, I'll hydraulic the bottom bearing out. I'll work like a hydraulic ram and push the bearing out. Oh. So I've got to be careful.
It wasn't super tight in there, that bearing, the bottom one, was it?
No, I can push it in my hand.
Yeah.
I'll show you what we've built on.
I see you built that on Patreon, is that through that?
Yeah, last couple of days we put all that together. Yeah, so then Dennis has been doing the
turbos
and studs and watch your head.
Yeah, knock myself out.
So
these ones here had less shoulder, separating shoulder here, than these short ones.
Oh really?
So these ones here are going to stick out, and it's not very long. Thread set.
They're blind holes, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, blind tap.
Yeah, but they were so rusted. They were rusted right up into here.
Wow.
So there's nothing left of threads right to there.
So just drill them out, put a new thread?
No, I didn't. No. It wasn't that bad. It's just that's why we were so hard to get them out.
Ah.
So no, I've still got. I've got that whole thread there, buried in there. The space, it's sunk right into the casting.
Yeah. Oh, so the shoulder is, you've got shoulder on these ones?
Yeah, but it's not quite as long as that. I didn't want to have it sticking out too much because I wanted to have enough thread to go all the way in.
Yeah.
I didn't think the longer ones would be like that, but they were.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't have any fine thread nuts.
Oh, for those bottom ones?
I've got two, but they're not new, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Because this got the intercooler on it or not?
Yeah, on that other side there.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, so the whole manifold's then actually cooled.
Uses engine coolant to cool it down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's actually quite neat and tidy like that though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good at high revs, like if you got full power, because it pulls the charge down.
Yeah.
But if you're like cruising, it actually warms it up.
Oh, okay.
Because the charge coming out of the turbo isn't as hot as the engine coolant.
Yeah.
So it actually heats it up going in at like half revs or whatever.
I've encouraged him. He doesn't know what to do with the air pump was on here. He said he's going to try to take it off, so we'll just put a tank. So we're going to charge a tank up and then he can use his air tools off a tank.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's not going to be fast recovery. But at least you'd have a tank full of air.
Yeah. It's a truck motor, so it's got bloody Jake brakes and compressors.
Oh, it's on it still, yeah.
Yeah.
I keep saying that I'm going to leave the Jake brakes because when if I come a bit too hot into a marina, I just. I was thinking like a pharmaceutical.
I'm glad you came in because we're talking about you.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a pharmaceutical factory. If they strip you down, you probably.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's you can actually get things.
I know.
It's simple.
What's this here for, Damien?
That's the main engine that pushes Brupeg along.
No, that's here.
Oh, that's not it. No. That's just the seacocks hanging off it.
Oh, okay.
Just the grate on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably should put something over it before I launch.
Yeah, just.
Come on, like this.
Try and get the pipe and the flange on at the same time.
Yep. And he said it couldn't be done.
Hey, there he goes.
So I tightened everything on that manifold and the intake and everything like that. So it's all tightened up. Hopefully that exhaust won't leak now.
Yeah,
I sure hope not.
Before we start the generator, we had to pull the alternator bracket off. We found a crack in it, so we had to rip it off to make sure we could weld it up. Yeah, I was just thinking a bit of bead out and a bit of weld over it's probably enough.
Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking if I might put even a little gusset in there, just to give it herbs, because I mean I'm assuming it's probably a common problem or something.
Herbs?
Herbs.
Okay.
Herbs with an H.
Yeah. We're unbiased for herbs.
Equal opportunity Herberts.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's got some weight to it too.
Oh, nice. Someone's obviously had a go at that before. There's some grind marks all over it. It's a factory alternator on there that fits on that bracket, so I'm wondering if that's the original bracket just died and they just beefed it up with some steel. It's just my guess anyway. That looks like the 2 factory holes.
Yeah.
Right, so what are we doing? We're welding the exhaust, aren't we?
No, I'm making it a gasket
You're doing that?
myself, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to bring all your stuff down here though to do that.
Yeah. I'm just pondering in my head what's going to be the easiest way of doing it. I'm thinking maybe the big pole, or yeah, maybe the big pole we can sit on the dinghy and then on the bench and set the welder up here and roll it like that. Just try to figure out what's going to be the best way to roll it, you know? Yeah.
Rolling.
Keep those cows rolling. So I got the keys, so let's just load this. We realised that there was just going to be too much wind and it was too difficult to weld in our little metal shed, so we packed up and headed down to the blast bays. I don't know how good that is on that flange, to be honest. 3, 2, 1. Yep. One of the thoughts we had is the ability to roll the pipe work by using the back of the ute. It worked in some situations, other situations it was a wee bit harder, but it certainly made the welds cleaner in the end. Righto, time to spend 2 hours grinding and getting all these welds looking beautiful. So Dennis is in the engine bay, working away, fitting fan belts and exhaust pipes, and out here we've got the last, it's a wee bit hard to see because, well, it's night time, got the last of our exhaust pipe work. Crikey, it's a bit heavier than I thought. Alright, so let's get this up the stair. This one's a bit of a mission to fit in. Not 100% certain how we're going to do that one yet. Inside, open up the doors, we have got, Jess has cooked up a bit of a storm. I think we've got apple crumble tonight to tuck into. So, go down here. What's going on? Dennis has made the watertight gasket. You can sort of see in between that stainless exhaust and the aluminium piece at the top, the aluminium manifold. That's a gasket that he made this afternoon. However, we have found out to take the exhaust off, we have to take the oil filter off this particular motor. It's not really the end of the world. Don't let the exhaust off very often, but something to factor in, eh?
So this sensor's almost hitting this thing, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty close, eh?
Yeah. So that's the stud I gotta get.
Right. Yeah, these flanges are kind of frustratingly small, aren't they?
Yeah.
God, these flanges are ugly. So one of the issues that we have with these flanges is they're really narrow. So when we welded it on, where the bolt goes through, we've got a lip of weld, so it's, the bolt is not sitting perfect. It's also really close to the pipe, so we're actually not able to get spanners and things onto these nuts. These were literally the only flanges that we could get that would fit this pipe. The flanges themselves are mild steel, which is not ideal. I would have preferred them to be stainless, so the whole exhaust is stainless. But yeah, it's a compromise all around, but yeah, we're just going to have to figure out the best way we can. Might even use something like a cap screw, might even be what we end up going with, something like that. Weld a nut on one side, cap screw on the other side, something like that. But yeah, standard 6-sided hex is just proving to be a bit of a challenge on these ones, really.
Can you let go for a second?
Yep.
There you go. You can have it again. I'll see if I can get this. Very big gap here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I can see it from here.
I don't think, no. I think he did better than most to fit this, but it's not easy to get this all lined up right
Yeah,
without welding it in place.
yeah.
We tacked it, but not welding it.
It's obviously moved a lot with the weld today.
Yeah.
We're never going to seal it at that rate, are we?
It doesn't look like it. The way we usually fix some of this stuff is you have to heat bend it.
Ah, right.
So you get your torch in there and you actually bend the thing into to take the tension out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So But
my torch won't touch that.
no. You have to have that same one we had
Yeah,
before.
we'll grab the oxy torch.
Yeah. So probably best bet would be to take this out of here.
Yeah.
Just remove that and then heat bend this whole area through here
Yeah.
and try and get it to fit better.
All right. Alternatively, if we can't get hold of the gear to bend it, could we put a slice down there like that, 3/4 of the way down there,
Yep.
and then
Yep. You can do that too.
clamp it up, tack it well.
Yep. It'll shift the whole thing around a little wee bit. It'll rotate a bit.
I don't know what our availability on the gear down the oxy gear is.
Yeah. But you could cut it right down, slice it right down,
Yeah.
and then
Bolt it, tack it, and
yeah.
because it's probably welding the whole pipe all the way around. It's probably not going to move the flange that much.
At least it's this one. You can take it out of the thing easy enough.
Yeah.
That's probably what. And then you'd have to bring the welder in here, tack it that out, and
Yeah.
out again. But
Yeah. No, we can. Yeah, you're right. Was it?
where'd you put the? There it is.
So we're gonna
Sorry, just to check it.
bleed these if you want to see the injectors being bled. We don't smell. It's just a bit of diesel lead. We're getting bubbles, but we're getting not getting any leakery.
Okay.
We might have to wind it.
Might have to-
All right. Hold up. I'm not really getting any fuel out of there.
Oh, I hope I've got it in the right slot in that thing. It went on really nice. Shoot. So I may have to take it off and that.
So that has to be idle because that's an idle screw, right?
Yeah, but if it goes right back, it shifts it off. That's where it was before.
Okay, so I'll go about the middle.
Tons in it.
So let's just wind the engine and we'll do old school bleeding.
Are you going up to this?
It should come right up.
No, we've got no diesel coming out.
No.
We've got a few random little bubbles coming out of this one.
Now, can you unscrew that?
The valve?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So bloody valves.
It's not that. It's not that. I'm not in that. I'm not. The throttle's not moving.
No, but as soon as you
No, the throttle's not moving.
it's stuck. You mean?
It's not stuck. I just probably haven't got it in the right lumen slot.
Right.
So I thought it's hard to know. That whole module goes in.
Yeah.
And it's got to go in that slot for the what you call it.
All right. Well,
And
Yeah.
I think I missed it.
yeah. Okay. Well, at least we know.
Ticked me off.
Yeah. Oh, is apple crumble upstairs?
Yeah. I just got to take this back out again.
But how do you get that out without taking this off, or is it not?
No, they're independent.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh, well, that makes it.
They're
easy.
not independent, but they are.
Well, that's easy enough though. That's just bloody 4 bolts and that's out pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, with the lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then I gotta get it in the right, hold my mouth the right way and I'll try to get it out.
All right.
Anyways. Yeah,
We've got Thursday.
We do.
it looks like it.
Yeah, we've got time. We'll be right.
So close, eh?
So we don't get to stink you out anyways, it's all good.
All right. Why don't we wind over and see if we get some squirting?
I don't think we're gonna get
We're
it.
looking out of these guys here. Yep, go. I think we're running on 2.
Keep running now, keep running.
Go again.
What?
We've dropped the cylinder somewhere. We're running on 2.
Okay, well, which 2?
I'm going to guess it's the back one that's the problem still. It's just a guess. There's no science base in that.
Definitely running on 2.
I think one of the ones running.
I think it's running on 1.
I was running on that one.
Oh, hang on. These guys are leaking like a sieve. I think they're done uptight. This number 3 cylinder is working really, really well. It was running pretty much, probably most of the engine was powered by this one cylinder. When we undid this while it was running, the engine just died. When we did the exact same check on these 2, the engine just dropped down a few RPM. It didn't die or anything like that, which is, to me, is saying that there's an issue with something in number 1 and number 2 injector system. Now, Dennis stripped number 3 down, and it was beautiful and smooth flowing and all that sort of stuff, and he didn't strip 1 and 2 down, and I think the problem is in 1 and 2. So what my very technical diagnosis of it is at the moment is we're going to pull this pump out. What my diagnosis of what Dennis's job is we're gonna.
Is this called job description, or what is this called?
we're gonna take the injector pump out. Now that it's free and loose, it's a really easy job to get out compared to before when it was all seized up.
It didn't cost you any knuckles.
It didn't. No, it didn't.
It cost me knuckles, not you.
I'll take this one out if you like.
No, I just.
now that it's
Now
free
it's
and easy.
free, it's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to strip down 1 and 2 and see if we can see anything weird going on in there. Because although we could bleed the lines, they just weren't really doing a lot when we cracked them off while we were running. Lovely. Hey, look.
What? Oh.
Hey, goop.
Yeah.
We've found goop.
Yeah, we did.
That's exactly what the other one had.
But it was seized.
Yes.
This one is not.
No, but maybe it's blocked on its way to being seized or something. So this is our problem. See that marking all the way around there? That's kind of like rust and things like that. That's a diesel gallery. This is the actual plunger that sits inside, and you can sort of see all around the side edge here. You've got like a rust, corrosion and rubbish and all sorts of stuff in there. It's only where the diesel sits. So I have a suspicion that the previous guy got water in the diesel and it nuked his pump and caused a whole bunch of problems to the motor. So we saw the similar sort of corrosion in all 3 cylinders, and Dennis fixed number 1 because it was seized, thinking that was the problem, without realising that the other 2...
It was one of the problems.
Yeah, it was one of the problems, yeah.
We couldn't turn the fuel on because it was always off.
Yeah, but by fixing the 1 cylinder, we got the motor started on 1 cylinder, and then we realised that there was a similar problem with the other 2, but they just weren't as bad, and therefore, yeah, weren't seized up. So through kind of process of elimination, I think we've actually solved why this motor stopped running.
This is the hard part.
Yeah.
Is lining that square up with this one here.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Because it doesn't, you don't compress it.
Yeah.
You just. This thing just sits there like that. And in this case here, I'm going to put this little pin in.
This piece is assembled. We've got some lubricating grease inside that cylinder. Slide that guy in. whole bunch of hard drives arrived from one of our Patreons in the States, Julian. So Julian's helping us do, that's awesome, there's so much bubble wrap. He's helping us set up our NAS, which is basically shareable storage for all of our footage. So
Because we're running out.
we're running out. We create about maybe 3 terabytes worth of footage a month. So we go through portable hard drives like they're going out of fashion, and it's starting to get unmanageable. So we're putting a NAS onto Brupeg so that we can have decent storage levels, but also access it from more than one computer. Because at the moment everything has to go through Jess's Mac. So
Lovely.
Oh, that's nice.
Welcome.
So these drives are a stopgap measure to get us out of trouble, and the proper NAS with big drives and everything. I think we're getting 4 6 terabyte drives on the NAS.
Wow.
This is awesome. These were his drives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love all these little connections.
Yeah.
Dennis's lights, you know that
Yeah.
magnetic light.
Yeah.
Whenever I see it, I think of Dennis, and these are
John's
connect us
tools.
with, yeah.
Or other John's machining.
Other John's machining.
I think this is awesome. This is so cool. Thank you. Really appreciate this. So Dennis has gone through, fitted the fuel pump. We're just obviously, the electric pump's just priming up all of the air out of the system, hopefully blowing it back into the tank down the return line. So pretty confident now that we've probably resolved a lot of issues inside that injector pump. We're now going to go, hey, that sounds good. We're now going to go and fire it up, see if we can bleed these and then fire it up on all 3 cylinders.
Otherwise, I think it's not shutting down.
Good work. We got no throttle, it's on full throttle. We'll try that again after the mild panic that was Runaway Genset version 1.
I can fire, go ahead. Ready?
How are we holding up the throttle? Bloody engine. So where do we get to? We've got the engine started. We've got a fuel pump that's delivering heaps of fuel. We just have no control of the throttle right now. That's obviously something that I think we probably put back together wrong. We just need to pull that apart, understand it a bit better, and then put it back together. Probably just a minor thing. We've had throttle before, nothing's really changed, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to fix. The next step is, once we've got that resolved, we're going to get the genset all wired up electrically, so we've got to put the internals back in on the alternator and then start all of the wiring on that component so it's hooked into the boat, hardwired in. Now, we're probably launching in 3 to 5 months, so we've got a few months to get all of that stuff sorted. So for now, we just needed to prove that that genset was a runner and was worth keeping. Definitely proved that. Probably going to shelve that job for now and move on with something else. We're looking to get our dinghy built. So we've got the first of 2 dinghies that we're going to start building. We need one of those so that we can launch. The genset itself can be fixed in the water, so we've basically got it to a stage where we're happy to dump and run with that genset, and then over the next few months we'll be tinkering away and getting that bit done as well. Okay, fair warning, I'm going to show you something that some of you may freak out about. These stacks are very close, but we haven't finished with them yet, so please don't comment telling us to move them, because we know